Self-driving cars are going to reshape the modern transportation industry, but will having autonomous vehicles on the road make them safer or more dangerous? A car without a driver can never be as safe as one with a human decision maker calling the shots. After all, a machine could never have the experience that you have gained through years of driving. However, contrary to what you might think, humans are actually pretty terrible at not getting into accidents. Even if we can establish that self-driving cars are safer, in other words, they get into fewer accidents, there's still the tricky question of who's to blame when they do get into accidents. The issue of autonomous cars' safety and the ethics behind the driverless machines need to be addressed before they can become commonplace in today's society. To address these concerns, let's start looking at how safe autonomous cars really need to be to beat out humans. Research published by the U.S. Department of Transportation National Highway Safety Administration, US.NHTSA, found that 94% of all car crashes that occurred between 2005 and 2007 were the result of driver error. That's to say that nearly all car crashes across the United States could be eliminated if one or all of the drivers in the crash were paying more attention and reacting accordingly. So it's beginning to look like autonomous vehicles don't have to be perfect, they just need to be able to prevent more accidents than humans can. Looking into some of the data gathered from the many self-driving car projects across the world, we can begin to get a grasp on how autonomous vehicles are faring. You might remember when Google's autonomous car hit a bus, marking one of a dozen crashes since their project began. While Google's project is obviously still in development, any self-driving crash sparks concerns among the general public. Even after the accidents, however, the track record for self-driving cars remains far better than any human. The difficulty is currently there isn't much data to draw from. Tesla is making great headway as they're making autonomous driving more prominent. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, as you probably know, is admittedly one of the leaders in the autonomous car industry and has said that eventually self-driving cars will be so safe that regulators will have to determine whether to ban manual driving. Looking back to the Google self-driving car project, which is one of the most extensive studies of self-driving technology, we can begin to look at some raw data. Their autonomous vehicles were involved in 13 fender benders and 1.8 million miles of driving for the project, and not a single one was the car's fault. From this data, we can see that self-driving cars are dramatically safer than their human counterparts. This is also backed up by the plethora of data that Tesla has provided as well. However, given that self-driving technology is still emerging, there's unfortunately not much hard data to go off of other than general speculation. Looking at the industry as a whole, self-driving cars are involved in a far fewer percentage of accidents than their human driving counterparts. It would appear that self-driving cars are safer, in fact, much safer, than human-driven ones. Now that we have demonstrated that self-driving cars seem safe, how much testing would be needed to prove that they are, in fact, safe? In order for the government and other regulating agencies to determine an acceptable standard of autonomous safety, there has to be some testing method. The NHTSA is working with road safety methods developed in the 1960s, whose creators never even considered humans being removed from the equation. According to some researchers, given the current safety determination methods, it would take many years of driving to determine even if one version of a self-driving car was even safe. This sparks further discussion about the need for regulating agencies to overhaul their safety determination methods in order to prepare for fleets of computer-driven cars. So far, in all of the data that's gathered, it would appear that self-driving cars are much safer than human-driven cars. But a lot of work needs to be done to prove this definitively, so much so that safety regulators can start regulating on it. Through a variety of sensing technology and creative programming, self-driving cars will be able to overcome virtually every obstacle they may face out in the traffic world, better than humans. So, self-driving cars are safe because, frankly, it doesn't take much to be a better driver than we are.